And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Kornelek.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
Oh, that's right, Kings fans. We're back.
That's right, Kings fans. We're back after a very long hiatus. Very excited to be back. It was great to see all of you at the game today, and see the Kings, of course. Well, at least
sort of.
At least at the beginning. That's right. We're back here with a new episode here to talk about the game that took place today. We'll give a little predictions for the season, talk about the division, and give you, of course, our very famous segment, What's New at Staples?
Here we go, episode 177. Kings raise the banner. Go. What's up, Kings fans? We are back in action. KingsCast hitting you from Staples Center. Banners getting raised. We're going to see that cup one more time. Chicago Blackhawks also in town. I like our chances. I'm saying 4-3 Kings.
All right, Keith, so let's jump into the game. Obviously, it has been a long time since June 11th, which was one of the most exciting days, I think, in every Kings fan's life, even if you were there or you weren't there. And what an amazing moment that was. And let's come back to where we are now. We're coming back in, raising the banners. You couldn't get tickets for under like $150, even for like the nosebleeds, back row. So it was a really special game. This is a special moment in the history of a franchise that's been around for 45 years. To see the players get their rings, and of course, introduce the new PA address announcer, which obviously there was sort of a somber moment there for David Courtney. But we totally welcome David Joseph. I thought he did a very, very good job.
Yep, friend of the show.
Under the circumstances, because you don't replace a legend, which David Courtney was, a long-standing legend like that. But we know Dave. He's been on one of our KingsCast videos for the round table a couple years ago, so I thought he did a standout job. And then the game started.
Oh, God, what an epic disaster that was. I mean, you could really tell that no one had really played, except for the handful of players on the Blackhawks, on the Kings that have played Europe and the ECHL even, but it was really, really sloppy hockey. Kings giving up 3 goals in the first period. No one looked all that good, and that's not exactly unexpected. I mean, the Kings had 6-7 days of training camp, but usually training camp is, a couple of weeks. You got preseason games, things like that. I think they had 1 scrimmage at Staples Center, so no one was truly prepared, and, the Kings looked terrible. So did the Blackhawks, but the Blackhawks were the ones that were able to get on the board. I don't know. When you're raising the banner, you're able to raise the cup one more time. I kind of felt we were going to lose this game, and that was okay, but the way in which we did it was very Kingsian, like right. Last year, couldn't put the biscuit in the basket, but I don't know, 1 game.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to start, canceling out the possibility of a repeat yet, but it was definitely expected. It's very overwhelming to go through all that again and in front of your home eye. You're totally gonna blow a game like that.
What's up, Kings fans? First intermission here at the game. After a pretty emotional and amazing intro, the Kings have been sticking it up in the first period. 3-0. Quick looks a little rusty. Offense looks a little bit sluggish. Looks like we missed Kopitar. Looks like we missed Mitchell. I'm gonna say 6-1.
It kind of looked like to me like the ice looked terrible, which was probably fine, because everyone looked sluggish, both teams. The offense just did not click at all. I mean, I know we missed Kopitar, but this team is deep enough to where we should put on a better performance like that. I mean, I guess the player that I noticed more than anything was Gagne. I think he was in the action more. I think it was just he was getting a lot of ice time. Jeff Carter, I'm sorry, but I expect a ton more from him. He's on a 10-year deal now. This is a guy who was happy. He's in a good place. He's with his buddy. He's won a cup. He's healthy. I mean, this guy should have been all over it. But there was, like you said, there was not one player tonight what I could say was awesome.
Rob Scuderi. Who had a goal tonight?
A wrister, too.
A wrister, yes. I have to agree. I didn't think we were going to miss Kopitar as much as we did, but at the same time, we don't truly know how much we've missed Kopitar because everyone's just still getting in game shape. You know what I mean? So I definitely expect a lot more. I agree with you. I saw Gagne a lot more than I really saw anyone else. Drew Doughty, goal bounced off of him, which happens a lot. There's not a lot of takeaways from this game, Kings fans, other than that the Kings have to get better. They got to put the pedal to the metal, and this is a 48-game season, so the bottom line is you can't lose a lot of games. I still don't think they will, though. You know what I mean? I got high hopes for this Los Angeles Kings team. I think Willie Mitchell might be out for a little while. I think we might see Kopitar back in a couple of games.
Right.
But, we ended up losing 5-2. It sucked, but who gives a crap? All right, Kings fans, end of the second, and it's 4-1 Chicago Blackhawks. Rob Scuderi currently leading the team in goals, and look, did we really expect to win this after the old Stanley Cup and the woo? No.
Yeah, I mean, in the third period, Jordan Nolan had a good goal. I was really disappointed with the whole top six. I mean, I didn't see anything from those guys. I mean, that goal from Scuderi with an assist from Colin Fraser, of all people, who was getting ample power play time tonight. Maybe this is the new style of the new power play coach. I don't know. Obviously, we're glad to see Compangon, who's actually on the Blackhawks now. Their power play seemed to be clicking, which was kind of ironic.
Interesting.
But you know what? It is what it is. But that one goal in the third where the Kings scored, it was like, okay, it's 4-2. We got this. Literally 12 seconds later, Blackhawks come down, score. Jonathan Quick, obviously can't all be put on him, but he did give up some bad goals. We actually contemplated whether they were going to actually yank him in the first, because it was like 3 goals on 8 shots. I mean, that's crap, even though that was a 5-on-3 involved. But,
when's the last time a Conn Smythe winner has been yanked in the first period?
I doubt that's never
that
happened.
didn't happen. A lot of people are saying, Jonathan Quick is rusty, yada, yada, yada. The whole team is rusty. You know what I mean? He's healthy. He's going to be fine. I expected we were going to lose this game, to be honest with you. Despite my 4-3 prediction and the in-game analysis genius segment that we do.
Well, whatever. At least you won the cup last year. That's right. Kings lost a bad one tonight. 5-2. What do you do? Hit the road. I think the team's going to come together. It's going to take a little time. Pretty much a sloppy game on both sides. I go Kings.
All right, Kings fans, so here we go. We are back at Staples Center. God, it's been a really, really long time, Chris. I almost couldn't believe it. Every year at Staples Center, they do a few things that are just a little bit different. So we present to you our little segment we like to call What's New at the Stape.
Yeah, that's right, Kings fans. We've been doing this one. This is actually, I think, it's our 9th segment of this one.
It's a podcast,
yep. Podcast, video show, it's great. But very few changes, obviously. The biggest one, I think, obviously, is the banners and the position of them. Huge event. What an emotional and amazing, moment that was this morning. This morning. It felt like this morning. It was this afternoon. But to see the banner raised, it was cool to see that. And, of course, see the players get the rings and yada, yada. But you see that they moved them completely from the side. They were sort of an afterthought up there. Between the Lakers
Sparks.
and all their, and the Sparks, they actually had more of everything. But they have increased the size of the retired jerseys, which I thought was a good move. They're actually saying, hey, the Kings play here too, and we actually care.
Yeah, no, and I love the fact that they're hanging from the rafters. I mean, how many teams have jerseys that are not hanging from the rafters? It kind of seems like the Kings were missing it for a while, but it's now up there. The Stanley Cup banner has been raised, so that's definitely a huge difference.
Who did the Kings cut to make room for McDonald's? Because I feel like they're as part of the team as much as like Kopitar and Quick.
I swear to God, everything we got from the banners that they gave to the fans is all emblazoned with a McDonald's logo. They're on the they're on the screens.
This is McDonald's, though. Let's talk about that. I mean, it's not like we're talking about a fast food company that we sort of partnered with. And I know that they're donating $1 million or whatever they're matching.
Which is awesome.
Which is totally awesome. But to have a company like McDonald's be partnered with them is a little silly, I think. And it's not something... The good thing about the banners that they gave to us tonight did not have McDonald's on the front. At a flip side. So for you McDonald's enthusiasts, you were in luck.
You know what? I actually want to talk about something, Chris, because you brought it up. The Kings, they partnered with McDonald's. McDonald's, matched $1 million donation to the community of Los Angeles. And during that press conference that the Los Angeles Kings were having when the lockout was over, a journalist, I can't remember who it was, asked Tim Lewicki, okay, so you partnered with McDonald's, you gave $1 million to the community. What are you doing for the fans? And he said, well, we talked to a lot of our fans. They wanted, us to give back to the community. And my question is, what fans did they talk to? Because I think it's awesome what they did for the community, but, I would like, free chicken tenders or, 50% off jerseys. And, they said we're going to do a lot for the fans. I didn't see much. I know we won the cup, and I know we're going to price gouge on some of the merchandise and things like that. But, where's the love for the fans that, wanted to start the season back in, late October, early November? Fans like me who had bought tickets to Frozen Fury already. Where was the love? I didn't really see that tonight.
No, a little disappointed in the effort that they put there. Look at what some of these other teams have been doing. They've been giving major discounts on food, huge discounts on drinks. I think the Ottawa Senators, they had free beer.
Free beer!
I mean, I know that's above and beyond. They would never pull that off in Los Angeles, but I didn't see anything aside from something like giving away those banners, which they would have done anyway.
They had to.
But they didn't do anything to hook up the fans, so I was a little disappointed in that. No, maybe like a free parking in the lot or discounted. There was really absolutely nothing in terms of kissing our ass. I mean, I know we won the cup, but there should have been more of that.
No, there should have been. And here's the thing, though, Chris. I mean, $1 million to charity, yes, it's a lot of money. It's also a tax write-off.
Right.
I'm not sure that you could write off fan giveaways, which, kind of goes back to that whole AEG is cheap. And I know we can spend to the cap and everything like that. I think that's wonderful. I'm just saying I didn't see as much love for the fans who have been, with this franchise for 45 years, in our case, 7. But,
Right.
It doesn't even matter, where was that?
Right.
Moving on, you can't spend too much time on one game, especially the first game of the season. But, a lot of interesting moves happening throughout the National Hockey League from the, July 1st up until now.
And everyone's kind of looking at the Kings like, yeah, that was sort of a lucky, sort of flash in the pan sort of performance. I don't 100% agree with that, but I do think that they're going to have, a tough time repeating. That's what they say in sports. That the only thing more difficult than winning a championship is winning the second championship.
Yeah.
That's going to be the case. I mean, it really is. But they have the same roster. I'm very confident in them. I think the Kings will be definitely in the top 3 in the West.
I see them being in the conversation for at least a repeat to the Stanley Cup Finals. I know a lot of people are picking the St. Louis Blues like on Puck Daddy. I just don't see them being a better team, even with Wade Redden now. So
let's talk about the Pacific really quick. Kings, even though they won the Cup, won the Western Conference twice, they still have one division title. I think this is the year they actually get their second. I really do. I mean, we look at the San Jose Sharks. We talked about this yesterday. This is a team that has a lot of aging talent on it. I get that. And I'm looking at a team that's in the Scott Gomez sweepstakes, which is hilarious that there's actually a Scott Gomez sweepstakes.
Yeah.
But they're a team that's flooding, and they're trying to plug the holes. This is a team that's just destined to rebuild any day now. Dallas, Yager, they've added him. I think they're still definitely maybe a third in the division kind of team. Ducks, last.
Ducks last for sure. I think Phoenix is third, actually. You never count out a Dave Tippett team.
No.
They go to the Western Conference Finals. I doubt it, but you never count out Dave Tippett, as I said. I say Kings win the Pacific, followed by the Sharks, Phoenix, Dallas, and Anaheim. They just kind of suck.
Yeah, I got Phoenix second, but very close there. And, yeah.
All right, Kings fans, we are back. We're going to be with you. Probably not next week, but we're going to be a lot more regular than we were during the lockout. Appreciate all the support during that lockout, and hopefully next time we'll be back in our regular studio.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that. Don't forget that like and subscribe button. It's up here, maybe down there. I can't even remember anymore.
Somewhere. It depends, yeah.
Look over that. I'm Keith Korneluk.
And I'm Chris Kalziewski.
Thanks for watching Overtime by KingsCast.
We're coming to the great